India, the USA, Great Britain, the Netherlands, Venezuela. People from these and many other countries of the world live with us side by side. They are working, starting families, growing up children and simply enjoying life in Kazakhstan. In our program Connecting Cultures, we share their stories that had occurred before they came to Kazakhstan and after they arrived here. From them, we will learn how the experience of staying in our country has changed their destinies. Our program follows the life of foreigners in our country. This is true stories told by representatives of many nations living and developing in Kazakhstan, and for whom our country has become home. The choice of the life journey depends not only on human desires, but also some fateful situations. Thus, our today's hero, Muthana Mufleh, once in his distant past took a decision in relation to his further profession that subsequently, unexpectedly for our hero, led him to Kazakhstan.
Muthana was born and grew up in a government that is known formally as the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan and has a right to be regarded as a scientific and cultural center of the whole Middle East. Over 90% of Jordan is covered by deserts and semi-deserts, and just small oases can be seen among the sands. One of the main nature's gifts which this country is famous by is the Dead Sea, with its well-known healing power. And the small town of Mahis is a native to our today's hero.
The thing is about studying here in Kazakhstan, I want to point out a few things. The first thing I want to point out that the professors are trying their best. Like, they have this thing with the language, Russian English language, but they are trying their best to explain, to show everything as it is in the easiest way. And the second thing I want to point out is that I like here is like the relationship the dean office with the international students, They have a relationship that you can go to them and console them in anything that happens to you. You're not feeling alone here.
Would you say that you had a unique childhood?
Yes, actually, I had a unique and weird childhood. The reason is because when I was raised, I wasn't raised only by my family, like my mom and dad, grandparents, my Greek aunt, my uncles from father's side, from my uncles from mother's side, because my parents were busy, at work, and I used to go there and here. Actually, the funny thing that I used to feel more comfortable with my uncles, with my grandparents, more than I feel comfortable at home. So, and that was the spoiled one in the family. Spoiled, but calm. I think it's because of the love I got from all the family, and I was being raised from all the sides of the family. Whatever I wanted, I got. Whether it was in a good way or in a bad way. Because I have a big family, I was the first son after a long time. Before me, there were, but they were 17 years old. And I came. So they practically spoiled me. It's actually very funny. My mother is an Arabic teacher, a very popular Arabic teacher. And I am from Al-Abadi tribe. It's the second biggest tribe in Jordan. And we have to speak Arabic with our own accent. I started learning Arabic at 4th or 3rd class. And when I finished my school, people come, as I told you about the guests, they come to speak with us in Arabic. But because I was I told you, the spoiled one, everybody likes me, they come, they speak in Arabic with everybody, but with me in English. After I finished school, I came home with my results of our national exam. So my mom was looking at the paper and saying chemistry, good, mathematics, good, excellent. And then she came to Arabic language. Arabic language, 50, 3 out of 5. She was like, what is that? I am the most popular in this district and my son got 50.
And what kind of dreams did you have?
My dad had a dream of being a doctor before studying all this. And my uncle is a doctor. Actually, he's one of the most known doctors in the Middle East, not only in Jordan, and in Greece. So he had a big influence on me of becoming a doctor. Since fourth grade, I always wrote before my name doctor. Until this moment, since fourth grade, I never wrote my name without the word doctor. It's because when I used to see my uncle working, you know, the most important thing that when your patient looks you into your eyes and say thank you, you saved my life. So when I saw this as a child in my uncle's clinic and in the hospital, I decided. And because, you know, not only he was the reason, my mom always wanted, she's like, you know, she affected me. I want to see you as a big doctor. I want to see you as a successful person. And so my dad has its dream, but he didn't go there. So you can say I was influenced by my uncle, my mom, and dad. The profession of being a doctor, it goes under the category of helping people, because you'll never feel human if you don't help out another human. So yes, I want to be a doctor. I want to be a helper, actually. I'll help people to recover anything that might endanger their health. And the doctor is not only by health, by soul.
Do you have any family traditions?
There are especially in my house, guests are very welcomed. We hear everything because my grandfather was something we call Mukhtar. Mukhtar is the head of a tribe or a head of the region, you know. So he used to solve all the problems. I used to know everybody in my city. They used to live there.
And how did your adult life form? What changes did accompany it?
Well, actually, as you know, when I was a schoolboy at my parents' house, after that, I traveled. When you live alone, you start learning new things, many things, because there are no people to tell you no, don't do this, this is not allowed. You start saying this stuff to yourself. And then you understand that why some stuff just we can't do because they're harmful or they're just not
right.
Yeah, not right. And I used to read a lot. And because of me teaching psychology, as a kind of expert, you learn things from people. So when I look at my friends, look at even movies, even anything, I learn from them. I take it to myself as experience. And I think living alone has made me more independent, more responsible, and gave me another look to the life, the meaning of life.
The hero of our today's program had the opportunity to visit such countries as Turkey, Lebanon, and Saudi Arabia. Acquaintance with the culture of other nations greatly increased Al-Muthana's desire to travel, as this makes it possible to know better how life of people belonging to a certain ethnic group is formed. Currently, our hero familiarizes with features of the culture of the Kazakh people and at the same time obtains his education at the medical university in the city of Almaty.
As far back as your childhood years, you dreamed to become a doctor. What steps did you take for realization of this dream?
First step for me was passing our national exams Tawjihi, it's called, because it's the main point. Without it, you can't get into medical school. Big steps that I took, I left my family, as you can see. I left my friends, I left all my old life just to come here to be a doctor, to fulfill my destiny, so to speak. I took a lot of steps, being in another country, speaking another languages. So it's a huge step for me to be living alone and being my own responsibility. Among all the other options that I had in Jordan, after finishing school, I had the option to go to Egypt, I had the option to go to Romania, I have the option to go to Greece, to Sarajevo. But as I have relatives from Ukraine, I went to Ukraine just to meet the culture, to know what's the culture after post-Soviet Union. After I met the culture, I came to Kazakhstan. Actually, my father is the reason of choosing Kazakhstan. My father and my mother, actually. My mom and dad came to me and they were like, why to go to like another countries where everybody goes? No, go to Kazakhstan. At first I was like, yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard about medical university here. When I Googled, it turned out that the first medical university in Kazakhstan is the university I'm studying at. After they pushing at me like, let's go, so Kazakhstan. I actually agreed because, you know, they told me like, there you won't feel that you're a foreigner, there you won't feel like you're different. And actually, yeah, 3 years I'm living here, and as I said earlier, I want to continue living here. I have now 2 homes. I didn't expect that I'm gonna find so much similarity between the traditions and actually the language itself. If you like, Kazakh language has 25% of Arabic language, and I'm practically Suleiman Kazakh.
What things are remarkable in your student life in Almaty?
In my student life, I always have been the leader of the group, of the class. When I came here to Kazakhstan, I became the president of International Medical School. It's like, if you don't want it, it's gonna get you. Anyway, I became the president, I became the head of student affairs of the students, and I became Vice Mr. University of Asfendiyar of Kazakh University. For the whole university, for International Medical School, the first Mr. University. So I'm very active in university, and I am the host of most of the shows, or most of the concerts in the university itself. What was very interesting, like for me, becoming the host, the head, the organizer of these things, because I always like to be the center of the stage, under the lights.
Childish curiosity and desire to see how one or another electrical appliance is built turned into a hobby of our hero, and nowadays, if necessary, he can fix on his own even a computer. In addition, Muthana is interested in reading books on paranormal phenomena and parapsychology. Also, our hero is successfully engaged in teaching the English language.
What are you keen on today?
Well, actually, it's linked with the fact that I used to teach psychology, especially by language, emotional intelligence. I use my psychology sometimes to manipulate people, to get the things that I need, actually. My friends once, like here, local friends, they're like, we don't believe you, Alex. Can you please prove us that you're right? I told them I'm gonna read your body language, your emotional intelligence. Every second, I'm gonna tell you what you're thinking, what you're planning to do, and I'm gonna make you feel insecure. At that day, like at night, my closest friends came to me and she said, Alex, if you try ever to read me again and tell me what's in my mind, I will never ever speak with you or even look at you. And now I'm using this gift, as you can say, or this science to help others, if you have any problem, if you have any doubt or something, or even an advice, they come to me. They ask me and I guide them. Psychology is a good thing. In body language, you can never lie or hide yourself from an expert.
And what places in Kazakhstan have you already visited? Are they your favorite ones?
Yeah, I was in Shymkent. I was in Taraz, Otarar, Turkestan, and I'm going to Astana. Talking about Almaty, and where you go to Almaty, there are so many places you want to go there. And 3 years, I'm already living here. I have been to most of the places, but every time when I meet some local, he tells me a new place that I want to visit every day. When I'm gonna be in Jordan, when I go back to Jordan, finishing all my studies here and my work, I'm gonna miss Koktebe, because it's an amazing place, just to think, just to look at the city from above.
What prospects do you have for the future?
After finishing from here, finishing my studies here, I want to become a pediatrician. I have now 2 options: continue my study to PhD degree and becoming a researcher in medicine, or becoming a pediatrician.
An occupation in the sphere of medicine means a hard work and enormous dedication. In fact, obtaining medical skills takes a tremendous amount of time and strength, demanding undeniable knowledge and self-discipline in return. It is invaluable that there are people in the world, like our today's hero, who sincerely wishes to give himself over to this profession in order to endow other people with health.